Welcome back to Michigan Growing Outdoors. So I wanted to get off about some grunt tubes, right? Grunt calls, also doe bleats, and just where I found success in them, but also just what these calls sound like and the prices of them, the current prices. It is currently the 15th of June, 2023, and I just want to go over what you're getting for your money and what to expect, because there's a call in here that I'm not really fond of. I'm actually going to start off with that one. It's this call by Woodhaven Custom Calls. On all their calls, I got another Woodhaven call here, and I also have a doe bleat, which I really like both of these. But for this one, they have a soft breath technology or something like that's something weird like that they call it. And if you're not careful with this one, you can make it sound like shit real quick. I'll demonstrate that here in a second, but it is a very, very soft breath to use it. It's hardly breathing into it at all. It's almost like a whisper, if you want to call it that. But great lanyards that they have on these. I like their tubes, the flexibility and the stretch. You can really manipulate these calls to change their pitch, and I like that. But to go through this is what this one sounds like. So that's the sound you get. It's nice, it's different than other sounds. You'll see that here soon. But if you breathe too hard, it can really start to crackle. And then when you're doing almost a normal breath or a little bit more aggressive, it completely shuts out. That's kind of a normal breath when relating to some of these other grunts. So just something I really don't like about it, but the sound is nice. And this call on their website, which is I think the only place you can buy it, the woodhavencustomcalls.com, is $80. $80. I get having nice stuff and good sounds, but for $80, I'd almost want more of a tube like this, which this one is $75, and I'll explain that in a minute. But there's so much change in here. I would rather have a tube that's more programmed to that more deeper actual grunt sound that you get with a little adjustment than this that's very dramatic of a change. That's a personal thing, but just something that I don't like about it. And they have a no return policy for their calls too. So here's a Phelps call. This one's $75.99 or $74.99, a $75 call, $80 call. Lanyard I don't really care for. It has a knot that slides, so you can tighten it down on there. Pull it through, tightens down, very thin cordage. One thing, like I said, I like this tube a little bit more, but it does, if you try to extend it out to try to get the max depth out of it, it does slide off fairly easily. So using this one, I just make sure I grab the top of that rubber area as I pull, and I have no issues. But this is the Phelps Beta call. They also have an Alpha, but that's like $50. This is the Beta, that's $75. Strictly grunt only. There's no doe bleed option on this one. Same with that one. But a really good, nice sounding call. I like the tube where you can manipulate it, and it's kind of dialed into the sound that they want you to have. And that's kind of what I would expect out of a $75 call. Here is the Intimidator by Woodhaven. Again, they have it's like a shoelace. It's nice and soft. This one has the snort wheeze with the grunt. Really, I like this tube more than I like this one. And you can kind of see there's not much difference. They look identical. Maybe this one's just worked out more. This one's a little bit more stiff. I don't know. But I like their tubes. They're fun, especially when this is a $20 call. Their website is 20 bucks, right? Let's see, the Intimidator, $23.99 on their website. Sorry, I misspoke. But on Amazon, it's $19.99. So, $20 call. Huge range of sound, pretty cool. And that's impressive for a $20 call. You have those other ones that you bend them, and the Primos ones, right? I don't like the sound that they have where they crinkle. Like, they remind me of a kid's toy, right? Snort wheeze built in. That's really cool, especially during the rut. This is my go-to rut grunt. I really like it. It's very cool. Next, I have the True Talker original grunt call. This is one of my favorites. Again, it's set to a length. There's plastic inside. You can move it and bend it some. Doesn't really make noise. So you can still change the direction of it, but it's still a pretty stiff call, and I kind of like it for that. There's 3 ridges here, so you can change the sounds. You can even get a dough bleed out of this, and I'll show you all those sounds. Man, I feel like I'm in high school doing a recorder, right? Or middle school, whatever, 3rd grade, kindergarten music class. So, really cool. Get a dough bleed out of it. And a grunt. One tool, instead of having a can or even another dough bleed. Really cool call. This one currently on Amazon is $17.95 on sale. They typically have it at $23.99, and on the website it is $19.99. So at $17 to $20 price range. Great sound that comes out of it. And just to touch on all these grunts real quick, all one after another so you can hear them. You hear them all side by side, see what they're gonna sound like. It's really cool. I've actually called in a couple bucks with these. Actually, I think I did, but really I probably didn't, right? Blind calling, you never know. But whenever I blind called with this kind of stuff, I do it after I see a doe. After a doe's walked through and she's clear of where I am, I kind of want to give a teaser to see if there's something out there. And that's when I'll give a couple of doe bleats. Right? After she's already gone. If I spook her and she's 100 yards away, that's fine. I'm not scared about that. But after she's walked through, I give those, thinking that if there is a buck that's near here or in the area, that he's like, oh, she's on the prowl, right? And then I give the tending after a while, and now he's like, oh, there's someone else on her. And then he's gonna want to get up and push him off of her and take her for his own. So he'll start following that scent to track her down. And I've had that happen twice now, where I've had a doe come through, gave those sounds, and had a buck follow right after. So actually I would say 3 times in the last 2 years. So really cool to see. And I've had that happen 3 times out of 4 times that I've attempted that. So just to let you think about it that way. So really cool option there. And I know they have the doe can bleats, but I wanted to show this bleat here. This is also from Woodhaven. It's called the Closer. This one goes for $15.99 on their website, $17.65 on Amazon. As you can hear, it's a really loud call. I really want to learn this. I feel like these are going to last longer than the cans do. My doe can, I replace it every couple of years because if it lays on the side or something goes on with that seal inside of it, it can really throw off that sound. And I haven't had any issues with this yet. I've only had it a year playing around with it, but really kind of cool call, and something that I plan on adding to my arsenal out in the woods this year if I'm not carrying this. This already has everything built into it, one call only. But if I have that compared with the Phelps, which I really like, or even this because it has a snort wheeze in it and the intimidator, I feel like that's a one and done thing right there. So again, to touch on those prices, I have that Woodhaven call that's $80. Save your money, $20 call. Way better sound, I think. Sorry, too hard. $80. You be the judge of that, but really cool options there. These are the options that I have. I've tried all those Primos ones in the past, and they're just way too high pitched for me. Those are, I don't even think I have a call that goes as high as they are. I'm sure you've been there. If you're watching this video, you've looked at calls in the past. So hopefully that answers some of your questions about those calls, some of the situations I've had where I've found success, and hopefully it can lead to you with success in the future. You guys take care.